Hey there, so for today's lesson what we're going to talk about is something called sus chords. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our basic open chords that we know quite well, and we're going to be able to talk about how we can kind of like move some stuff around and get some movement inside of those chords. So for example, if we're hanging out on a song, or if we're playing a song that's hanging out on a C chord, for example, and we're kind of getting kind of bored of just this normal static sound, you know, nothing's really changing or anything by going, sure, let's say that's the pattern. Want to get some movement. Something like kind of like that, let's say. We'll be able to do that kind of stuff. So what we have to know is that, one, we need to know how to play our open chords, and then two, we need to talk about what a sus chord actually is. So when we play a normal chord, this is kind of jumping into some music theory here that I hope we feel familiar with. When we play a chord, what happens is that we're playing the 1, the 3, and the 5 of the scale. So what happens is when we take these sus chords, what we do is we replace the 3, or the third note of the scale, and we're going to replace it with either a 2 or a 4. We call them sus chords or suspended chords because what happens is that they feel a little bit unresolved. They feel like they have somewhere to go, and then playing the chord natural with the normal 3 is going to make it sound a little bit better. So if I play a C sus 2, you'll see what I mean? You kind of have that ba-da sound. Da-da. And then it sounds resolved at that point. So let's talk about how we can actually play some of these chords that way and how we can get this movement kind of happening. It's very, very common, and it happens a lot in many different kinds of music, and when we're strumming and stuff, we can start throwing these kind of chords in, and it just gives us a little bit of movement and some fun to deal with. These chords both work for major and minor chords, so the A sus 2 and the A sus 4, for example, are both going to be the exact same chord. We're just going to talk about the open chords today, and maybe in a future lesson we'll talk about how we can do that to the bar chords in the future. So why don't we start off on the A bar, or the A sus chords. So first of all, let's just play a regular A. So I'm playing my 3 fingers, right? Or A minor is fine too, but I'm going to play A. Great, make sure that feels comfy. The next step is what we're going to do is we have to determine where the 3 is right now without getting too much into theory and taking much longer than a 5-minute video lesson. We're going to talk about, I'll just show you where the third note of the scale is and then how we can substitute it. So that's actually going to happen on the B string. So instead of playing that third finger down, to play a sus 2 chord, we're going to take off our third finger, so it'll be our B string and our E string should be open. Kind of gives us this nice open sound. It's a really beautiful sound. Now if we wanted to do a sus 4, what I'm going to do is put my finger back down, and to do a sus 4 we're going to change that note up 1 fret. It's going to take it to the 3rd fret, so I'm playing open on my E, 3rd fret, 2nd, 2nd, play that. And it wants to move, and it wants to move back to a normal A. So that kind of stuff. So what I did there, A, sus 2, A, sus 4, then we're back to A. Awesome, let's move on to another one. Let's move on to a C chord. So when I'm playing my C chord here, if I'm going to go sus 2, what I'm going to do is take off that middle finger. And if I want to go sus 4, I'm going to put that middle finger back down and I'm going to use my pinky on the same string, on that 4th string, on that 3rd fret. It's a great sounding chord, I love that sound. And then back to C. Great, why don't we move on to another chord? Let's move on to a D chord. D is a really, really common one, you'll see this kind of happen a lot. So I'm going to play D. What I'm going to be altering is my middle finger note, so the note on the E string. So to make it sus 2, I'm just going to play open. Really nice sound. And now to play sus 4, I'm going to take my pinky. Also really nice sound. Or if you know Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. Next one is E. So we play a regular E chord, and it's going to change on the 3rd string, on the G string. So to play, we're not going to be able to actually play a sus 2 chord open, but to play a sus 4 chord, I'm going to take my pinky, tuck it underneath, kind of makes it almost like an A shape, all stacked up. our sus chords, we talked about A, sus2, sus4. We talked about C, sus2, sus4. We talked about D, sus2, sus4. And we talked about E, and just the sus4. And I just went back to regular E. So hopefully that helps, and let me know if you have any problems. Talk to you next week.